Alright guys, and let's assume that you set your overclocking in the BIOS and you're ready to go. You boot your Windows, and now that's I booted my Windows, and what next? So next is going to be checking the overclocking for stability. Make sure that it's going to be 100% stable, and make sure it's not, it's going to be stable, so you're going to operate without any problems, so it's going to be beneficial. Alright, and to do so we need to download two programs, and I'm gonna show you what programs we need to download and where we need to download. So watch pretty carefully, and I suggest you to watch this video on a full screen, and just to see all the details. And by the way, my name is Alexander Moroz, and you're watching Overclocking Socket 7075-102. Please make sure that you're watching that you watch already all the parts, part 1 to 7, and this is part 8. Alright, and I'm also gonna show you a little bit introduction how I overclock my E8400 how I set my E8400 in the BIOS. Alright, so I'm gonna go and open the internet browser. I'm gonna go google.com, and I'm gonna search for PC Wizard, and it's gonna bring us to the cpuid.com website, and it's gonna bring us to the PC Wizard. It's going to be 2010 or 2011 or even 2012. Who knows what year you're gonna overclock? But we need this software to show us some information about our computer, about our system, show the specifics, show the temperature from the sensors and stuff like this. So it's going to be a very beneficial software for us, and it's also a freeware. So you're gonna click and download the latest version, you're gonna save it, and you're gonna download it, and you're gonna install it. Alright, the next what you need to do, you called the Prime 95. You're gonna search it for in Google, and the Prime 95 comes in two different versions. One version is 32-bit and another version is 64-bit version. So it works on all the Windows operating systems. So you need to find out what is your Windows operating system, what kind of version is this. Is this the 32-bit or it's 64-bit? You need to download the right version of the Prime 95, download it and save it on your hard drive and install it, unpack it. Alright? After you done that, we're gonna jump and we're gonna run the PC Wizard 2010. It's gonna run the PC Wizard 2010, and it's gonna generate us some basic information about our computer. Alright, and then you need to go and go to the processor and check some information about our processor, and it's gonna give you the processor name, frequency, multiplier cores, level, second, third, and first cache, voltage, and the processor activity. Alright, and even the socket. So as you can see, it's stock is 3 gigahertz, and it's running at the 4 gigahertz right now, which is 1 gigahertz is over, which is 4000 megahertz is 4 gigahertz. Alright, so it's pretty decent overclock at the air cooling, and I'm using the Noctua cooling system over here. I forgot which one, I'm gonna put in the description. So also you can go and check the voltage, temperature, and fans, which is pretty handy, and you're gonna see the voltage and the temperature on the CPU, hard drives, motherboard, and even the video card. And you can see the CPU temperature per core. If you're gonna have a quad core or octa core, you're gonna have more over here, so you can control every single core and see the temperature, monitor that. You can see the temperature of the GPU, which is our video card. You can see the temperature on the motherboard, and you can see the temperature even on my hard drives. I have the 4 hard drives, and here we go, we have the temperature. Alright, also this tool has the benchmark. You can benchmark it, and I suggest you to benchmark your processor before the overclock and after, and compare the results and see how much performance you gain. Then if you will go tool, you're gonna see the overclock information. You can see some overclock information and see how much you gain. So is again frequency 4000 megahertz, which is 4 gigahertz, and initial from the manufacturer is 3000 megahertz. So we 1 gigahertz over, which is decent overclock. Also on the frequency of the FSB, we're getting 500 megahertz over the 333 megahertz from the factory, almost double it, which is nice. Better signaling, better pushing more data. Bus speed equally 500 megahertz on FSB. Internal overclock is 2000, which is incredible over the stock 133 megahertz. And as you can see, multiplier is 8 times instead of 9, just because my frontside bias frequency is so high. So I'll lower my multiplier to get the 4 gigahertz at the best frontside bus, which gonna generates this 4 gigahertz will be at 500 megahertz. Frontside bus will be faster as 4 gigahertz at 400 megahertz frontside bus. So just let you know, the higher frontside bus speed is better because better signaling. Then we can see some information about our memory. I'm not going to discuss that. I just keep it at the stock right now without the overclocking. I'm just not going to mess with the memory right now. And the GPU video card information, I'm not going to discuss this as well. I'm going to dedicate particular tutorial how to overclock my Sapphire Radeon 5750 1 gigabyte GDDR5 128-bit memory interface. Alright, also what you can go to tools, and it's going to be system test stability. Temperature of each core, different color, and you can see the processor activity. If you're gonna click start, it's gonna load it and it's gonna generate the as well. So alright, I'm gonna stop and we're gonna stop our benchmark. Alright, so we don't want that. So I suggest you to run this bench because I'm recording right now video in real time, so it's gonna mess my video. So, and I'm using, by the way, Moroz Video Capture, the little software that I developed, the little program to capture your screen while you're recording some tutorials, or to capture the gameplay while you're playing your favorite games. And all this channel, it's going to be all about you're gonna see some on the quad-pt8of8 channel. You're gonna see some videos that was recorded with Moroz Video Capture. Almost all of them was recorded with Moroz Video Capture. Anyways, so we're gonna close that, and if you're gonna minimize the PC wizard, it's gonna generate you some information, valuable information, and you can control it and put it wherever you like. So the best test to test the stability, I call it Prime 95, the second program that we downloaded, and this is the best test software ever. During my 10 years of the experience, I found this is the best. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna stress your CPU up to 100% on each core, and it's gonna send it some instructions. CPU gonna calculate those instructions and send back the answers to the program. Program will pick up those answers and compare those answers with the real answers. And if the answer is not gonna be equal, then program gonna put the flag and gonna say it's an error. And if it's an error, if the answer is incorrect, you miscalculate the answer, means that your CPU is not stable. So make sure that when you're gonna test your CPU with the Prime 95, there is no errors. And I suggest you to run it at least as 1 hour, and the best way to test for the stability, run it overnight for about 12 hours on the Prime 95, and if there is no errors, means that your computer and your overclock is stable as hell. And also control the temperature over here with the PC wizard. Make sure that your temperature is not going to raise higher than 95 degrees Celsius. The highest with these settings, I saw 95 degrees Celsius, and I was running this about 1 year. So just go ahead and click the small FFT, maximum FPU stress, so it's going to stress the CPU, the best stress on the CPU instead of RAM and the motherboard. So click OK, and it's gonna go ahead and stress your CPU, and you're gonna see the temperature immediately raised on each core. So also the PC wizard doesn't show the CPU voltage correctly, so just on some motherboards, and basically I tested about 12 motherboards with this PC wizard, and I saw 70% of this motherboard doesn't show the CPU voltage correctly. So just ignore this. Write down your CPU voltage from your BIOS and get this information from the BIOS. Alright, everything else the PC wizard doing correctly, so you can see over here the temperature. Alright, and I'm gonna stop this because I'm not gonna test it, but make sure it's green all the way and no errors, and about an hour. And if you would like to find out for sure, run it over the night, about 12 hours. Alright, well, thank you so much. And how to get the test if the Prime 95 didn't show you that option where you can select the test. You select the torture test and go on for the first small FFT test. Well, thank you so much for watching. My name is Alexander Moroz, and this video tutorial was recorded with Moroz Video Capture, the little software that I developed to capture the desktop screen while you're doing your tutorials, or to capture the gameplay while you're playing your favorite games on the same computer. Thank you so much for watching. Please check the other parts of this video tutorial. And as again, this was the overclocking socket 7075 or socket T102 by Alexander Moroz. Please rate, subscribe if you'd like to see some more cool information and videos. Bye bye now.